7 different ways the lights will work with them. You can choose your size based on what you need, and maybe you need more than one because you're going to put one in the entryway, you're going to put one in the master bedroom, you're going to put one in your child's room. So we have your 5-foot. This is a Fraser fir. It is one of the most popular Christmas trees in the United States, and Santa's Best has been making artificial Christmas trees for over 100 years, and so they were one of the first to market pre-lit artificial trees, and we have that for you for today. This is the 5-foot. Then we also have your 6.5-foot tree. That 6.5-foot tree for most homes, and certainly one that will be grand and yet perfect for the space that it occupies. We have your 7.5-foot tree, and the 7.5-foot tree, you of course will need to have 8 feet of ceiling. Absolutely gorgeous. This is that Fraser fir, so it has the highs and lows. It has the type of branches that are really easy to put ornaments on, and then it also has that spread that gives you that breathing room in between as well. So 7.5-foot, and then the often sought after, very hard to find, and already our most limited, mind you, we've only been presenting this since midnight, is the 9-foot tree. So that 9-foot tree, majestic. Maybe you have a huge vaulted ceiling area or the cathedral ceilings in that master entryway. Maybe you actually have your own business and you'd like to put this out front, or you're going to buy the tree for your place of worship. So this is from Santa's Best. This is a Fraser fir. Lots of you were saying, you know, you had Christmas in July and I wasn't ready to buy a tree yet in July. Well, we decided we need to bring you a tree, today's special value, as we're going into the season. Here's the value though. Any size that you choose is at least half off the manufacturer's suggested retail price. I'm not kidding. So the 5-foot, $229, 6 months of easy pay of $38.17. The 6.5-foot, $349, 6 months of easy pay of $58.17. We go to $69.83 for the 7.5-foot, and for the 9-foot tree, $94.83. I want you to know though that 9-foot tree, $569 versus $1,600. So essentially the price here is a third of what you'd expect to pay out in the marketplace for a similar tree such as this. You're not going to find a similar tree such as this. It's actually exclusive to QVC, and Santa's Best is bringing us their amazing technology. I want to welcome in Doug Thompson because he's been actually with Santa's Best for about 15 years, and I love that you were explaining to me about these artificial Christmas trees, because I had to confess to Doug, I said, you know what, I was a real tree, live tree purist for quite some time, and I finally got my first artificial tree last year, and I kept it up until March.
That's awesome.
Because
That's
all
awesome.
of a sudden it became like the lighting in my house. And why did I do that? Because I own my place and I'm the leader and I'm the decider. So I left it up till March.
And it's your tree. You can leave it up as long as you want, right?
I'm going to hand this to you.
Sure.
Because I know that we're going to go through the details on this, because this is a tree that you've loaded for us. You've loaded it with features and made it really easy to have no arguments in the home, to have the height that's going to fit any space, and to be really easy to use and assemble.
Absolutely. You know, first we have the Easy Power technology. So that setup makes it really easy for you. You're going to save time. It's going to be up in minutes. You're going to start decorating, get the hot chocolate going, get the music going. 7 function LED lights. You won't find that anywhere. It's exclusive to QVC. You have clear, multi, pastel, flash, fade, slow twinkle, fast twinkle. We have a control function box at the bottom, just in case you don't want to use the remote or somebody doesn't want to give it up. We have that continuous on lighting technology. So if a bulb should ever go out or get crushed, your lights stay on.
Right.
And most importantly, it's realistic. You're not going to want to buy a pre-lit tree or an artificial tree if it doesn't look good in your home, if it doesn't look real. We give you that realistic appearance so that people actually have to come up to it.
And
they have to touch it and say, oh, is that real?
Right.
Or, so that's what we want. That's the aha moment for you, because it is the centerpiece of your home. So we want it to look real.
I mean, it's the heartbeat. In my home, decorating the Christmas tree is huge. We string popcorn and cranberries and tinsel and ornaments from, when I was tiny, and you probably do the same thing. So you've got baby's first year, second year, third year. What we're putting on our tree is the heartbeat of our home. And I know that we're looking close up at one of the trees. The 7 light functions, that's really you know, that's the way that you've got no arguments ever anymore in your home, because I don't know about you, but I, you know, wanted multicolored lights, and then somebody else wanted white lights, and you were always like, well, which lights are we gonna get? And now the choice is everyone's, and you can decide instantly and change, which is why I left my tree up until March.
Exactly.
Because I did.
And that's what, you know, holidays too, you have people coming over, maybe relatives you haven't seen for a while. It's so nice to be able, if somebody comes in and go, oh, I like white lights. No problem.
Well, there you go.
We can switch it for you. So, you know, I just went through a couple toggles. There's the multi. That happens to be my favorite. I love just the splash of color. But if you want to be that classic, we have that warm, classic white.
Yes.
If you want something in between, this is pastel.
New pastel. Yeah. So you're seeing light pinks and the light blues and the light greens. It really is pastel.
And this came from feedback from QVC customers because they saw that transition and they said, hey, we love that in-between look. And then we have what will be like a slow fade. It's gonna go from clear to multi. This is kind of mesmerizing, or you could put it on for that classic dinner party and people will come in and go, wait, when I came in, your tree was multi, now it's clear.
Exactly, that's clear.
So you could have fun. The other thing you can do is toggle back and forth, a little bit flashier, flashier as far as the speed. And then if you want to have like a dance party night, you know, maybe kick it up a notch, play some of those Christmas oldies.
The disco twinkles.
Yeah, you can go faster with it and just, you know, match the rhythm in your home.
So maybe you're thinking, you know, Rachel, I don't know. I'm a live tree purist, just as you were. And I asked Doug, I was like, this Fraser fir, why do people like the Fraser fir? Like, what are the characteristics that really appeal to everyone, making it one of the most popular? And how is it that you were able to get that for Santa's Best?
Well, the thing about the Fraser fir, it's that classic look, but the one thing about the Fraser is that the reason why it's so popular, it's known for its sturdiness.
Yes.
So it's sturdy branches, sturdy extensions, so you can hang those heavier ornaments on it.
Yeah.
But it has a shorter needle design, so it's not the bigger needle design.
So it doesn't make it hard when you're putting the hoop over, you know, sometimes you're like, I can't get it back there. You can.
Exactly. Some of the spruces have the longer needles, but the Fraser fir does not. It also gives you that depth, so it has natural layering to it. And one of the things we do when we build our trees, we go out, we get a live tree. And we take that live tree and we use molding technology, and we will actually mold around live branches, and that helps us to create the molds in which will produce the artificial branches. So that way it gives you that realistic look. Yeah, I mean, you have to.
Cool. Yeah.
You have to. That's the difference in how pre-lit trees have come. You know,
how
it's not
far
like
they've
the
come.
artificial tree of years ago.
You know what? Let me just, Doug, let me walk folks through sizes again, choices, and then we're going to talk about assembly because it's really easy. So this is your 5-foot tree, right?
5
so
foot, 240 lights.
Assisted living, dorm rooms. Maybe it's your first little entryway. I love that we actually put it in a potted plant in another display that we have. So that's one that is always really, really popular. You can get this home for 6 months of easy pay of $38 and change. So that's the 5-foot. 6.5-foot, we're always talking about average size house, get a 6.5-foot tree.
Yeah, this is the classic. If you're unsure, you go with this tree, you can't go wrong. It's always gonna look good. It's gonna look just big enough, not too big.
Not overwhelming the space. 7.5 feet.
7.5 feet, you wanna make sure you have at least the 8-foot ceiling height so you can put on your tree topper of choice.
Yes.
But great size for the living room, the den, the family room. Perfect.
Perfect. And then the 9-foot tree is really, I mean, this is majestic. I want to just hug him, actually. I want to just go, I love this tree. It's beautiful. It's so grand.
It is. And if you have the space, if you have the space, you have the larger home or the foyer, I say go for it. The other thing we do with our 9-foot is we break it down to 5 sections for you. So it's easier to put together and you don't have any section that's too heavy.
So while you're watching right now, this is the Fraser fir, one of the most popular Christmas trees out there on the market. We've got it as Santa's Best. It is an artificial Christmas tree. You can get them home for 6 months of easy pay. Any one of these for under $100. So let me just show you that breakdown. And then Doug and I are gonna go and we're gonna put a tree together and take one apart, just so you can see how easy it is. Because any one of these trees comes in anywhere from 2 to 5 sections to make it really light and very easy to assemble. So the 5-foot tree is gonna be 6 months of easy pay of $38. $38.17. It's $58.17 for the 6.5, $69.83 for the 7, and $94.83 for the 9-foot tree. Look at the manufacturer's suggested retail price though for these trees. Any tree you're getting here is at least half off, and when you get to the 9-foot tree, it's a third of the price you'd expect to pay. $1,600. So you get this Fraser fir home. I gotta tell you, I got mine home and I was like, okay, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. Is it
Sure
gonna be a lot of heavy lifting? And it's not, it's so easy.
Yeah,
so let's see, what do we do?
Well, first of all, every tree is gonna come with a stand.
Loving.
And then you have that first section, and we taper that tip in so that it's easier for you to lift, put right into the stand.
Yep.
And then this is
And then
that
look, it
memory
just
steel.
drops.
The memory steel is going to fold out naturally. I'm going to go ahead and plug in this bottom section so we have light immediately. I'll take the next section.
Loving.
Medium size section here. I'm going to put it in. I don't have to line anything up. I just insert
Nice.
it, drop
and it just
it in.
drops.
The memory
That's
steel
what I loved. Yeah,
takes
it just
over.
dropped.
And then I take the last part and put it on top. Again, I don't have to line up. I just twist and turn. And the cool thing is, Rachel, you and I can start decorating. We can
Right
start
now.
putting ornaments on. We can get the music going, and we can just enjoy that Christmas time together.
I mean, that's what's lovely. And, you know, let's just talk about the fact that you're going to make one purchase of the tree, and you're going to have this year in and year out. And, in fact, how much does it cost to have this tree lit for the entire season?
Well, it's LED lighting, so about 50 cents for the entire season.
What did you just say?
50 cents.
Okay, 50 cents.
Yep, that's it.
For the entire season.
The entire season.
And not only that, because we're talking about purchasing this and, you know, having it for years, there's a warranty on this tree as well.
Exactly. We guarantee this tree up to 5 years, and we were the first to do that in the industry because of our technologies. We want you to be able to take this tree in and out year after year and enjoy it in your home.
In and out, year after year. You know what? If you actually have one of Santa's Best, we'd love to hear from you. Our phone number is 1-800-395-1601. I know that at midnight, Jane got a lot of really fun calls. I would probably call in myself because I have a Santa's Best and I love it. The 6 months of easy pay hopefully just makes it a little bit easier on your budget. When you're looking here, just think about what area you want to have your Christmas tree be in, and then pick the right size. So here's the 5-foot tree, and I love the idea of putting it in an oversized planter if you wanted to. Really
Sure.
easy to do that. And then the 6.5-foot tree, the 7.5-foot tree, and the 9-foot tree. These are ones that, when it comes to a tree design and style, Fraser fir is hugely popular and one of the most popular when it comes to picking which type of Christmas tree will I have. And that 6 months of easy pay, as we mentioned, hopefully just making it a little bit easier on your budget.
Sure.
Let's talk about light bulbs on here, because the other thing is that you don't have to go out and buy lights now. This is pre-lit with ones that will stop an argument. How many lights do we have on the 5-foot?
240, so if you think
Wow.
about it. And they're already strung on there for you, and they're expertly done. On the 6.5, we go up to 420.
420, and 6.5 and 7.5 are the most popular choices when it comes to sizes for the Christmas tree. So please dial in for those to make sure that you get the right size. And you said 400 and how many?
420
Oh my
on the
goodness,
6.5.
420 on the 6.5.
And then on the 7.5, we go up to 600. So we put 600 lights on there for you, already done. Don't have to worry about stringing them. And then on the big one, the 9-foot tree, that's 780 LED lights. So
780
it's
LED
a lot of lights.
That's
Yep.
a lot of lights.
A
So
lot of
all you
lights.
have to do is provide the tinsel, the music, your ornaments, some holiday cheer. Maybe it's eggnog and you're putting a little rum in it. Are you spiking the eggnog? Let's put on some.
Yeah.
Let's put on some great music and sing and dance. We actually have some quotes for you because we'd love to show you what some of our other customers have said about Santa's Best. They've
Great.
been making trees, by the way, for over the artificial Christmas trees for over a century. So they know a little something about making the right artificial tree. Beautiful tree, easy to set up. This tree is beautiful and so easy to set up. I would recommend this product to everyone. And that's really it, right? Setting it up, taking it down. It's easy. You don't have to put it out on the curb. Here's another one, best tree ever. I put this tree up and was very, very pleased. So easy to put up and so pretty. Love the light functions also. Could not be more pleased with this product. Thanks. You know what, if you're just starting to watch us right now, we're talking about the Fraser fir, and it has so many features, it's jam-packed. Will you walk us through those, Doug?
Sure. Easy power technology simply means we have all the power running straight in the pole. That gives you a quick setup time and you're lit and ready to go. We have 7 light functions on this tree. It's unheard of. So you never have to choose between clear or multi. They're there, they're all there. We have clear, multi, pastel, fade, flash, slow twinkle, and fast twinkle. We put a light control box at the bottom for you. So if you want to use that instead of the remote, you can. We also have continuous on technology. That's a patent that we hold. It makes sure that your tree stays lit even if a bulb goes out. And most importantly, if you're making the decision to move from a live tree to a pre-lit tree, it's gotta look good. So we give you that natural look, that real look profile on the tree.
And I encourage you to go ahead and take the plunge. Honestly, you will be, I would say, pleasantly surprised, I dare say. And what aren't you dealing with when you go to artificial tree? You're not dealing with, I was saying to you, my brother and my dad would be out on the porch, you know, sawing the bottom of the tree to make it fit in the little tree holder. And then they brought it in, and then there was the sloshing of the water around, and then we were trying to find the right little rug area to put underneath the tree because there were gonna be needles all over the place, and then we were sweeping, and then the cats and the dogs were getting in the needles, and then, you know, when the tree starts to die and you're putting it out on the curb and then it's on your curb for a while, none of that will you have to deal with an artificial Christmas tree. And I'm gonna actually do a little audible, and we'll go over and do assembly because we wanna show you how easy it is to put it up and to take it down, because you've actually thought about how many sections this tree should be in to make sure that it's lightweight and easy for you to manage when you're putting it up and down. And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right now. Just so
you're
that,
gonna take it down?
Sure,
Yeah,
so you just tell me what to do. You put it up.
Okay, just lift this top piece off. It's very easy. It's a small section.
Okay, look, so easy, small section, there we go. We fold it, we pop it in the box. This is what I did to my tree.
The next section is this middle section. You can just lift that right out. And I'll try to hold this bottom section for you.
Let me pull.
Yeah, if you reach in.
There we go.
There you go.
Yep.
And again,
Easy peasy.
that memory steel will also,
folds.
as it folds out for you, it folds down for you to put it away.
Yep.
So it makes it easy to go back into the box.
And then
I'll
finally,
unplug this for you. So that's your last section.
This is my last section.
It just lifts right out of the stand.
Look at that. Look how easy. Look how easy that is.
That's going to fold right back down for you to go into the box.
And into box. Okay. And I'm
all
not
set.
putting in the box perfectly, but so let's just, will you tell me, let's do it the reverse one more way.
Yeah.
Just because we want to show you that easy on technology as well. Because the other thing that happened with my dad and brother is that a bulb would go out, and then we unwound all the lights, right? And we had to find out which was the one where the bulb was out because, you know, they weren't working. and now you don't have to do that here.
No, and you know, that was the big frustration, and that was the time killer. We want you to have time enjoying the holidays. We don't want you wrestling with a tree or trying to find out what bulb that you need to replace. So this is going to give you back some precious time with your family, get you to what you like most, and that's decorating and sharing those memories of, oh, do you remember this ornament?
Exactly.
Do you remember this? You made this in the first grade. You remember that?
Okay, one of our ornaments is of my kitty cat's cast, which is so crazy. I think I remember that someone accidentally stepped on my cat and she went, rear, and it hurt the cat. So there was a little cast and we made it an ornament. Anyway, random story. It's just funny though, right?
Only you have that ornament,
right,
which
exactly.
makes it awesome.
Exactly. So this is H203507. That's your item number. I wanted to let you know specifically what you'll receive. You'll receive the tree and the stand. You'll receive the remote control, as well as the little stocking ornament to keep it in because it's so easy. And I want to just let you know that this has 7 different color morphing options for you. So you don't need to choose multicolored or white or pastel. They're all there, or twinkle or slow fade. They're all there. You know, Nancy's on the phone and I'm dying to talk to Nancy. So hi, Nancy. I'm Rachel. This is Doug. Good morning to you.
Hi, Nancy.
Good morning to you.
So thrilled that you called this morning. Are you picking up one of these?
Yes, I am. The 7.5-foot tree.
Oh,
This
right
one
here.
right here. Oh,
Right, because I have a really pretty collection of precious moment ornaments
Great.
that I need to put on, and I need something easy because I'm handicapped.
okay.
And my kids are usually around to decorate, but not to set up a tree and make sure all the lights are on it and everything. They're long gone for that.
Okay.
So that's what drew me to this tree, and it looks like it's a real full tree.
Yes.
Whereas a lot of trees out there have a lot of spaces in them and that. And
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what? It is really full. And Doug, speaking of Nancy putting this together, how many pieces does this come in? Can you talk
It's a
to her
great
about
question.
that? Okay.
Nancy, your tree will have the stand, and then you'll just have 3 pieces to put
Okay.
together, just like the one that we did over there. That was the 6.5 foot. You got the 7.5 foot. It's also in 3 pieces. It'll be very easy for you. And those branches will fold out, and you can, as you're putting them in, if you have it plugged in, it'll immediately light up for you. And on this one, again, you're getting 600 LED lights. So it's going to show off those precious moments, ornaments for you
Yes.
very nicely. I put it on pastel mode because I think that would be really good with that white porcelain. I remember
Porcelain.
a lot of them being that white porcelain. So
yeah, right, they
Yeah.
are.
So Nancy, do you
Except
have a favorite color that you like? Do you like the multi or the white or the pastel
I
or
like the
flashing?
multi.
You like the multi. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
holiday-y. That's holiday cheer.
yeah, that's my
And
favorite.
I have a very good tradition in our family. The angel goes on top, and she holds the first light of the tree usually.
Oh,
see,
nice.
see, that's good,
Yeah.
and that's what we want to hear. And this gives you time to really enjoy that tradition because you're going to have less time putting the tree up, more time to talk about, hey, this is something we've done. The angel holds the first light. That's perfect,
Yeah,
Nancy.
That's perfect.
It's been in our family ever since I was a little girl. That
That's awesome.
tradition. So.
Oh, I
and
love it.
And I made the angel that we have back in grade school. So.
That makes it even better.
Oh, that
Now
makes it the best tradition
that's a precious
ever.
moment right there.
exactly. So
That's
Nancy,
awesome.
thank you so much for calling. The 7.5 foot tree is on its way to you. Did you take advantage of our 6 months of Easy Pay?
No, I wanted to
Okay,
pay.
you wanted to pay it all off. Well, good for you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is on its way to you, and have a fantastic holiday season, okay?
Oh, thank you. You too.
Thank
I
you.
love you as a host.
Oh, well, thank you so
Thank
much. I really appreciate it. It's been my pleasure talking to you.
You too.
Take care.
Merry Christmas,
You
You
Nancy.
too. Merry
Bye.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So let me share with you the size choices that you have. Here is
Sure.
your 5 foot Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And then you also have your 6.5 foot Christmas tree. Nancy just picked up the 7.5 foot tree, and then also the 9 foot tree. It's a Fraser fir. It's our today's special value. We have no reorder and no advance orders on this. So thankfully, we're giving you the opportunity to get another Christmas tree home because a lot of you weren't ready to pick up in July to get this home and pay over 6 months. The 5 foot, $229, 6 easy pay of $38.17. 6.5, $58.17, the 7.5, $69.83, and the 9 foot, $94.83. Each one of these is at least half off the manufacturer's suggested retail price, and in fact, when you get to the 9 foot tree, it is $569 versus what you could expect to pay out in the market for something that had this fully feature, all of these features, which would be $1,600 for an artificial tree. Once you're finished with this tree, paying for this tree, you've got it for years and years and years. 50 cents to light for the entire season. This is the best value of the day. We can only hold this price for 1 day. And you know what? If you happen to be picking up the Fraser fir, this is Santa's best. They've been making it for a century. You can also pick up the bag, the Christmas tree storage bag to go with it. So any one of these trees will come in 2 sections or up to 5 sections for the 9 foot tree. The bag, the storage bag, $44.86. It's H197868. That's your item number for that. So remember, you're getting those 7 different light functions on any tree you decide.